Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm your host and the proprietor. And on this episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show, NBA playoffs, we still diving into that. We ain't going nowhere. We just got into round two. Got a long way to go still. I was going to start the show off with my Lakers. On the A block, but a little quick audible just because how I'm feeling and everybody knows so. In case they ain't know though. Dillon Brooks reports out there. Under no circumstances, that means there will be not any single case foreseen. Ain't no questioning, ain't no worrying. This ain't a possibility. No way, no how. He's returning back to Memphis Grizzlies. They doing him like that. Now, I got two sides to this. You got some people think Memphis Grizzlies did Dillon Brooks dirty with the language. You know, okay, you don't want to bring him back. Do it in private. Do it the normal, typical way where we just, mutual agreement to part ways. Even though he's free agent, just not going to be bringing him back for $1. Couldn't even play free for them. Now. Like I said, that's the way they, not they, but just how business usually conducted. They just mutually part ways discreetly in the typical business fashion. But it's 2023. In case they ain't know, it's 2023. Things have changed. Times is a change. Things that's going on. This may be the new norm of doing business and. Not just use that as an example, but athletes holding out and then they unfollow the teams because they want more money that they own. Just use that as another example. Just things like that. Things going to get played out there for public consumption even more so than that ever before in the years past. Now you got the other side, which is I'm on that side. Excuse me, that they don't mind Grizzlies doing what they did in the fashion that they did it, because some feel like Dillon Brooks brought it on himself. Now, granted, he ain't have the off the court issues like Ja Morant. No, sir, not sir, not at all. But he's not Ja Morant, even though he's been there a year before Ja Morant. He was the longest tender, Memphis there. Some would assume that he would have been the heart and soul of that team, a la Draymond Green. But he's definitely not that because this disrespecting Draymond Green because his basketball IQ is definitely not on Draymond Green's level. Let's just call it what it is. His defense, rake inefficiencies, they got him number 20th overall. It is what it is. I mean, he's a good defender, but he's not like a stopper. He's not stopping nobody from going off. Maybe a littler guy, maybe, but anybody his size or bigger, he's not just going to be doing that if he have a mismatch on somebody. And his offensive game, that's crazy because he averaged about like 20-something points a couple years ago. I don't know what happened to his offensive game. He claims he got more to his offensive game than what they've been allowing some of his, he told a reporter on his way out of the Memphis area. He's stating that he got some more to his game and they just reduced him to be a 3-and-D guy, a player. So that's just a little something for a team to bring him in. But when you calling out guys that's considered to be, one of the greats in the game, and not even just him, that was the latest example, and that just put a bullseye on your back and allowed the whole Lakers turned up on him because we rallied behind. I mean, the Lakers players, they rallied behind Dillon Brooks calling out LeBron in such disrespectful fashion because it was disrespectful because you don't say every time they lose they don't say nothing. They only want to talk when they win. And that's Ja Morant included too. Now they got the fines for not talking to the media during the playoffs and all that stuff. Though $25,000 ain't gonna hurt them. It's all good. So, that's not too much of a deterrent because they're going to continue doing that. Now, maybe if it was 50,000, 100,000 for all those, instead of that bill being 25,000, 50 or 100, then that may be okay. Like, we shouldn't be doing too much of that. But they're front runners. They only want to talk when they're winning. We got that. That's understood. Don't gotta be explained. Everybody clearly understand that's what's going on. But you're putting a bullseye on your team. Now, the Ja Morant situation off the court definitely didn't help your team as a whole. But one thing you could say, he dropped 40 plus on the Lakers. He was bringing it offensively every night, doing what he could do with his limited little liability. So, because he's little out there. I mean, I know he got the hops and stuff like that, but he's skinny. And he's short. He got hots, but he's still limited going against the big boys. So, you're not. Ja Morant's a superstar. That's what it is. The superstars, there's always going to be exception because they're the great ones on the team. They're the best ones on the team. You're just a regular player. Some would say, like Draymond Green. Draymond said before everybody just really wanted to put it out there for the masses, all like that. But people believe and people felt comfortably within themselves to know that, nah, Dillon Brooks, that ain't it. That ain't it. He should ought to be coming off your bench. Or like Draymond Green says, the dynasty starts after you off the team. And you hear reports they try to trade him, Dillon Brooks, during the trade deadline and all that good stuff. But you see how the Dillon Brooks and everything, you doing all the videos, doing all the front running stuff, dancing, pregame, all that hype, all that good stuff, calling players out, taking cheap shots on players, not just LeBron. What else we got to go through? Donovan Mitchell earlier this year, there's another example. But, taking little shots on guys and stuff like that, wrapping it up as in playing hard. Nah, he's not. I know people saying, put him on a championship team, that he's fit for that. That's the type of makeup, whatever. He needs some good leadership to follow. Got a whole, it ain't no disrespect or nothing, but you got a whole bunch of kids growing up together. Steven Adams, he's a veteran, but you know what I believe he's I forget exactly what country he's from, but he's not born and raised in America, and not even just that, his personality, you don't know if it's necessarily just the ways he was raised or just his internal makeup. He's not that verbal, he's just not that verbal person. Not saying he won't do nothing physical. He's 7 foot tall. 280 something pounds. Strong. I mean, I would know he get physical. It's not about that, but just making sure. He say we heard that he told guys to chill out, get focused a little bit, but that wasn't even a surprise for him to do that because that's how things are getting carried away because he's not the guy to be getting on guys or that vocal leader in that aspect. Obviously you're going to be leading that by example and things of that nature, of course, but you need to, I don't want to just throw these names out there. I mean, because it's the playoffs right now, so I'm just, Giannis Antetokounmpo, we got to talk about that. Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, you know what I mean? The Knicks organization, with Tom Thibodeau, Jenkins, their coach Jenkins, he's an older guy, but he's new in the head coaching game. Like this was different from they had great talent, so it was just a lot going on. Them as a coaching staff and as the players, regardless of people's age, just young and inexperienced at the level that they were put in as being one of the best teams in the league, and having the expectations of being title contenders year in and year out already. So Dillon Brooks putting the big bullseye on their back and then on the team, and Ja Morant is a superstar. He got the off-court stuff, but he balling out there on the court. I know people don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. They not worried about what Ja Morant doing off the court as long as he ain't getting himself in legal trouble to be removed from playing the games, being at practice. You know, if you give him a little bad publicity, you know, they'll bite that bullet. They'll take it on the chin. But, you know, obviously legal troubles, you know, some things at a certain point is out of their hands. But, you know, pretty much anything short of that, him not getting locked up for anything, he's going to be on the team until he can't produce at that high level no more. It's across the boards. We know that. So, Dillon Brooks, I don't, you know, I'm not trying to bring up the off the court stuff too much, but this is the way it is. In sports, it ain't about race, religion, or whether you're a good person or not, doing good things or not. Can you help me win? Can you help the team win? The team is trying to win. We trying to win championship. We trying to win championships. Can you contribute to the team and help the team win? That's the only thing players really matter about. The ones that's going out there in the battlefield with you every game. They don't. That locker room generally don't see nothing but who can help contribute to winning at a high level consistently. No, nobody's dumb and naive. We understand race and religion and different beliefs and all that type of stuff. But that stuff, you know, for lack of better words, get thrown under the rug, get you know, water under the bridge, because we worry about how can we mesh our talents together to accomplish our goal of winning a championship. And while doing that, we're gonna create moments and laugh among each other with the kinship and the brotherhood and the kumbaya and the camaraderie and all the things that stems from being on the team. Because obviously, you know, the main objective and focus is to, you know, focus on winning, to be in a position to be in the playoffs, to be the champions, and in the midst of all that, good times is gonna be happening as well. So it's really about the bottom line, and he's been a liability out there for them on the court, on the offensive side, and the way he's going at other team star players. I'm not talking about locking them back. I'm not talking about that. A couple little cheese shots over the season, calling guys out, talking, you know, trash about guys. That's not only going to get that superstar player amped up, a hype up. His team is going to rally behind him and give it a little extra effort, give it a little extra more oomph on it. That's just what it is. So the Dillon Brooks situation, him getting released, and the matter that he got, I stand on the side, he brought it upon himself. And the NBA players that act like they don't know how this goes down, come on now. I know people was getting in the media and then they trying to, you know, be so hindsight. We understand right and wrong. We got it. Those things shouldn't, you know, necessarily be that way, but this is the way things is going. This is the way things are now, or starting to transform them to be now with this new, you know, everything for public consumption type wave, and social media and camera phones and everything is just for public consumption, simple as that. Now, I respect where those guys coming from if they're, you know, just saying that was wrong and it should have been done like that. But, you know, they get it that this is a, you know, pretty much how the new movement is going to be. With not only, you know, players putting stuff out there for public consumption, teams as well going to be doing the same thing. And then, you know, you got other people saying, oh, that's not even the Memphis Grizzlies probably, you know, will release them and let them know release them, but didn't use that verbiage, you know, that speech, that language, the under no circumstances he will be back. You know, whoever, the reporter that reported on that, if that wasn't those words verbatim, okay, then so be it. But it had to be really, really, really pretty close to that for whoever that source let him know that now he needed to correct it, because he didn't correct the language on it. And so we might just say, if it was completely incorrect or somewhat that was incorrect or not to the effect of that, maybe he said something more explicit than that. But I just personally feel, and not even personally, just on the business level of what I'm doing and what I've studied and for a long time, just to see the pattern of how these things go, somebody would have came out and debunked that by now. You know what, this is, 2 days later, somebody would have, especially in that organization, would have let it be known from their media PR or telling the reporting that to amend that statement. But none to that effect, because they know they probably said it with a little more expletives on it. Maybe. Maybe he gave us the watered down version of it, just simply under those circumstances, because they said a little bit more than that. So I spent enough time on Dillon Brooks with that. It was so good while it lasted. Really not, I mean, not for you, but it was good for me, because you was your offense was so offensive to your team. It helped us Lakers win. On top of the antics that you was doing to incite a riot, essentially, because you got our players rallying behind LeBron and got them going. You got them players going, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. But you could take your ball and go home, do whatever you need to do. But I see you be one of those players. Somebody call in, injury start taking the place, long season. Let you come in on the back end of the season, see how you made a change, see how you learn from your ways, and see if you can apply that before that team make a playoff run. Because they ain't going to, bring you onto the playoff team if you don't show improve for the little bit, maybe a couple little 10-day contracts they give you or something to that effect. But he's not going in there taking anybody's starting spot. And you got backups coming in there that can put in buckets and do good, okay, good enough defense, to not be a liability on the defense. So, Dillon Brooks, you brought it upon yourself, and maybe if he wasn't doing all this little stuff against the Lakers, maybe they probably would have let you slide. But them Hollywood games, that Hollywood team you're going against, there's too many spotlights on us. There's too many spotlights on us. The whole world will just know what's going on with the Lake Show. So you doing all that right there, and your team was like, oh, this is a little too much for me. But I got to shout out John Morant. Before I wrap this part up, got to shout out John Morant. He was being a good sport about how he handled Laker Nation out there at Hollywood, downtown LA. The bus situation, you could take a bus, but it's going to be longer than the minute walk that you could just walk to the hotel that they're staying at. That's a minute away from the Staples Center arena. So, because the bus got to go around and the traffic, all that stuff. You walked into the hotel in a minute, and got security and stuff like that. Team security and everything, but. Nah. Hey, they doing a goodbye. They doing all that. The job. They talk about there's a parade in my city, all that stuff. Yo, party in my city, all that. The fans was doing that job, waving their hands, smiling, being a good sport, not cussing nobody out. Of course he mad. We understand he mad. There ain't no question about that. And people, y'all lost. Yeah, you might want to react, whatever, but he knows. You brought this upon yourself with the bravado. We're not even just talking about the off the court stuff. We just talk about what y'all do on the court and after the games when y'all win, front running. Always got something to say when y'all front running. Don't want to say nope, not a word, not a sound when y'all lose. Going against y'all media obligations when y'all lose because y'all in your feelings. Being a poor sort. really being a baby about it. I ain't trying to name call it, but that's, kids do that type of stuff. We lost. We don't talk to nobody. You understand? You mad, but I'm not saying I pay your bills. We're not doing that. But part and partial from those TV contracts, that media coverage, that media outlet pays the bills too. It goes into the checks too. Like the media putting the spotlight and putting the all the fodder out there for people to talk about every day throughout the week, whether it's print, whether it's visual, whether it's audio, or all three. You got the people going, 24/7 sports stuff, this and that and the third. They know, but stop acting like they don't know. I'm talking about the athletes. Do the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here to get fun, so I don't get fined. You gotta make yourself available. Of course, not be disrespectful. Call people out the name or cuss people out or all that stuff. You gotta make yourself available. No, you do not have to answer the question. A way the media would like you to do it. You can answer the question however you want to, as long as you're not being, offensive or disrespectful or things of that nature. You won't be getting fined and stuff like that. You can just say something that don't pertain to the question that they even asked. Marshawn Lynch, whatever they're saying, I'm just here so they get I'm just here so I don't get fined. Whatever you asking me, just so you know, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm making myself available. We talking. They don't have to answer the questions, whatever. You can ask a question as a media member, but you can't. Where I'm going with this, as a media member, you can ask a question. You got your narrative, you got your angle, you got the agenda that you trying to push. We got it. You have an expectation on a certain framework of an answer. But you can't put them in a frame, can't put them in a box. You have an idea the way they should, or the way you perceive it to be a yes or no, or is this or that. Because somebody can get you with a far left. I'm saying whatever I want to say. That's not answering that question. Let's keep it moving, pretty much. And there's nothing you can do. They're making themselves available. They're not disrespecting. Using profane or anything. Going on profane rant or anything to that effect. They just saying, next question, please, essentially. So, go about it like that. Keep your money in your pocket. You might turn around and be a media darling like Marshawn Lynch after all. I'm just saying. You gotta be strategic about how you move. You gotta know how to maneuver out here. But that's enough about the Dillon Brooks and the Memphis Grizzlies, because them guys is out the playoffs. Lakers and send the boys home packing. Did it in 6. You heard what I said. They should have did it in 5. We let one go in Memphis, but we wrapped it up in 6. And I appreciate my 2 special guests that I had on Sunday after the Kings and the Kings and the Warriors game 7. I had 2 special guests, Coach Sean Riley and Nate K. So appreciate my 2 former college Central Penn basketball college teammates appreciate that. Also, there's some breaking news that I had one on that rant, but there's so many there's breaking news that took place before I came on the air. I actually came on right before I went there. More is going to come out behind this, but this really, I'm like, man, where's the rest of the story at? But we'll know more later. I'm pretty sure before the night's over with, or during my Laker game. And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to slide it up in there. Breaking news: the Milwaukee Bucks dismiss coach Mike Budenholzer. Fired him. Sources tell ESPN. Budenholzer is out as the East top seed suffered a first round loss to Miami Heat. They said something got to give, something got to change. They not going for that. They wasn't feeling it. they wasn't feeling it. So what I'm trying to say is somebody was gonna fall for that. I don't like. I see y'all know me. Y'all follow. I picked up Giannis. No, excuse me. I picked Giannis and the Bucks to win the championship by default. By default. We know how. We don't gotta relive the Lakers season. Cause we was talking about these things as they was transpiring, was in a chronological order, as they was coming along. We was not we was not skipping steps. We was just saying how we feel during the moment at the time. And even when the playoffs started, I'm like, man, I don't even be. I'm talking about before a game got played, before we took the first game in Memphis. That's when I'm like, okay, that may be different. But I said the Bucks gonna win by default. Bucks been dominating all season. The best record in the league overall. They had Giannis, the best player in the league overall. They got, a big three situation, but Chris Middleton, man, he been hurt in and out all season, playing hurt and all that stuff. And Drew Holiday solid. They got a team. You got Portis coming on the bench. You got Lopez bench. They got some pieces. They good. I mean, they just won a championship 2 years ago. They just won a championship 2021. What we talking about? And that's just crazy. Just the same thing with Nick Nurse getting let go from the Raptors. He just won the championship in 2019. So, and then we talked a little bit about, the coaches and not having a little more, leeway. Just look, at least 5-6 years, time frame. But then if you won the championship, that give you a couple more years. But maybe they feel like they need to change. I'm just trying to figure out, what offense you think you're going to do that's going to be a switch up, other than getting the ball in Giannis' hands and letting him go downhill, going to the rack and kicking it out to the shooters. Because you're not having him be off the ball too much unless he's going to be playing for the low post, because he's not going to be on the wing shooting too many threes. That's not what's going on. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're going to get Giannis in the post, work from the post a little bit more already in the post area. But I'm like, let's see how that's going to play out consistently. But I don't know what the defense is pretty good, but it got crazy against the Miami Heat. Y'all didn't make no adjustments for Jimmy Butler going off like the way that he was doing. Sorry, I was just, because I'm trying to, I thought something else, it was another breaking news, but it wasn't. I was trying to read something, because I was trying to get more information about the Mike Budenholzer situation, because I'm trying to figure out the details, what's good, but the details are going to come out, so don't even worry about that. We'll pick that back up next week when I do another episode of Fresh Board Sports Show, or when I have a guest on before next Thursday episode. We might touch on it on there, depending on when that information come out, because we got to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about it. And we're going to move to the Lakers game. Sorry, I had to take care of something. But we're going to just move to the Lakers game. Lakers 117-112 over the Warriors. Won the first game in this series, and it was in San Fran. Now, great game. Bad fourth quarter. Closed it out right. We finished it out right. That was cool. Anthony Davis, 30 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks in 44 minutes. He had 23 at the half. He had 23 at the end of the first half, and he only gave me 7 in the second half. See, I don't like that type of stuff. Now people, AD had the 30 and the 20, and the 30 and the 20. All right, we won and all. I'm happy we won and all, but I'm like, what I'm supposed to do with the 7 points in the second half that made it, to, be a little closer than it was, because the Warriors went on a 14-0 run. So AD could have gave me 2 points during that time. I would have been all right. We got a 14-2 run. You know, to bump this total up to 32. But I'm just like, dang, seven points in the second half after 23 points, and you was playing 44 minutes out of the 48. What are we talking about here? I love the defense. And they didn't. I was talking to the guys. Anthony Davis' defense is consistent. For the most part, definitely consistent. But he know good and dang well we need him to be scoring consistently. You making it harder on us as a team, and you putting us at a disadvantage. You hurting your team by not being aggressive. And I know he said after the game he's going to continue to be more aggressive. This is just the beginning. This is just the start. He's going to keep being aggressive and keep applying the pressure. Yes, I need to see that. Yes, I need to see that because you should have had 40 and 20. You should have had 40 and 23. Easily. If not 35 and 23, like, come on now. Only going to pull up in the second half with 7 points. Now, I know you had 5 assists. You had 4 blocks. You was getting after it on the defense end, locking that whole paint up. You know, getting out there on the guards and stuff like that. You know, hedging and pick and rolls and all that. I appreciate that. But Anthony Davis, I want you to be going off crazy with the scoring tip. Because them guys can't do nothing with you. Draymond can't do nothing with you. He going to get physical. That's it. Hit him with the moves, finesse, all that, and you're so longer than him. Draymond 6'7". Just hit him with the hook shot, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style. You know, basically, you know, put the arms over him. He ain't blocking nothing. Looney ain't strong as you, ain't quick as you, don't got the finesse moves as you. You going to bang with you, get rebounds. You know, y'all both had 23 rebounds. I'm going to need you to get more rebounds than him. But it's cool when you got LeBron coming through. LeBron coming through with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks in 40 minutes. You know, LeBron getting rebounds too. He playing big ball too, bully ball too. So I ain't gonna beat him up too much on the rebounds. I'm just focusing on the Anthony Davis triple Looney up on the points. Anthony Davis all day. I need that. The 30, that's being nice. I'm gonna need at least 35 tonight. I'm gonna need at least 35, if not the 40. Go off on them. We know they're going to try to make adjustments where they're going to probably try to crowd the paint, make 3 players guard Anthony Davis. Got somebody watching the lob in the paint for Anthony Davis. I'm going to need my shooters knocked down a 3. And if the 3's not falling, close up the space. Take 2 dribbles in. A deep 2. You know what I mean? Two dribbles in. Deep 2. Or, you know, dribble all the way, eat the space to, you know, to get a little floater in and some more in paint action, whatever the case may be. Austin Reeves, 10 points, 5 rebounds. I'm going to need a little more than that this game. I want to be mad at 14, 15 point performance from Austin Reeves. Dennis Smith, Shooter, D'Angelo Russell, they both chipped in for 19 points each. I like that. Keep doing what y'all doing. Dennis Smith's defense on Steph Curry, you know, when he's subbing in for Vanderbilt was great. It was great. So keep doing what y'all doing with that. Steph Curry, 27 points, 6 assists, 1 steal. And like I said, Vanderbilt defense great on him. You know what I mean? Long 6'8", on the side, on his hip, everywhere you're going. Long enough to get the deflections, get the hand on the ball. Steph Curry's got to watch where he at all times because, you know, he's long, he's quick enough, he's on your side, he's going to get the hands on the ball. He's on your hip, he's going to get his hands on the ball. Simple as that. So he had plenty of deflections. And I love the blitz double team, Steph Curry last shot. No way. Get that ball out of Steph Curry's hand. That was an excellent double team that they did on Steph Curry at the end of the game. Klay Thompson, 25 points, 4 assists. Jordan Poole, 21 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 30 minutes off the bench. He closed the game for the Warriors. When he got the ball passed to Stephen Curry got double team. Fast, immediately. Boom. As he was coming across the half court, they double team him coming. He got to get the ball out fast. He gets over to Draymond Green. You know, the angle where he was and just he couldn't get it to Klay. He had to get the ball to Draymond Green. He gets to Draymond Green. Draymond Green, no, he ain't shooting that thing. A 3 to win the game? A 3 to tie the game? Nah, Draymond Green knows his strengths. Maybe they needed 2 to tie the game. Draymond got that thing and try to, you know, drive and get the foul or something like that. Draymond got that ball out like a hot potato. He kicked it to Jordan Poole. Yeah, you know, deep three. He opened for a reason. We left him to go double team Steph Curry. He's open for a reason and still got Steph double team. And Steph ain't even caught the ball. He ain't getting it back though. Draymond could shoot that. Or Poole gonna pull up for the deep three because the way the defensive position. And, you know, Jordan Poole, he definitely could have took, you know, 2 dribbles in, got close to, he'd be hugging that line and pull up that three. And, you know, you got some guys saying that was a good shot. Nah, it ain't a good shot like that. You're not Steph Curry. I know you're playing with Steph Curry, but I appreciate the confidence, all that stuff, but you're not. To be pulling up from the logo and stuff like that, deep three, the tie of the game, critical game 1 in the playoffs. No. Steph, you saw he was defeated after that miss. I saw it right there. You know, I'm not saying for the series. I'm not saying he ain't gonna have a good. I expect Steph to go off for 20-something points and a loss again tonight. I'm just saying as far as that game, they just knew. Man, Jordan Poole can do that look that he do. Just gets me every time. Like, and it's not good. Just that look like I don't care. It's just weird. Like but he know he messed up. He felt that. But I'm thankful. I appreciate Jordan Poole. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep taking shots like that. Keep doing that exact same thing. Keep them coming. Like I said, Anthony Davis said he's going to continue to be aggressive, and I appreciate that. Draymond Green said, Draymond Green. LeBron James said Anthony Davis, he's going to get his jersey, retire up in the Raptors, all that good stuff. Draymond Green, he says on his podcast, he ain't talking too much to the media, giving that all the good juicy information that he going, and I like Draymond for this. After the losses, he going, in the playoff time, because he said he was going to be doing the podcast during the playoffs. Win, lose, or draw, pretty much. Not necessarily every game, but throughout the series, he's not ducking from the podcast. So, and even after the loss, he spoke on the podcast. I listened to the podcast. Great show, Draymond Green podcast, and he said Anthony Davis playing great. LeBron James is playing a different style of basketball that they got to get used to. They got to adjust to him playing off the ball more. They not used, LeBron's ball heavy, ball dominant. He needs the ball in his hand. Even with Dwayne Wade, he needs the ball in his hands. Kyrie, he needs the ball in his hand. The dynamic between him and Russell Westbrook, he needs the ball in his hands. But I love the ascension of Austin Reeves. They letting him cook. They letting him do his thing. They letting him dictate the offense. Close the game. Him have the ball in his hand, say, LeBron, AD, y'all fall back. Y'all get on my back. I'm going to be leading us and carrying us to the victory, ending this game, closing this game out. Y'all get on my back. I'm going to, dictate these offensive possessions, especially down the stretch, closing out the game. It's a beautiful thing to watch. And it's like, okay. And they got to make adjustments for that. They got to get used to, because this is how it is. Now, if need be, LeBron's going to be ball heavy on the ball, and they're going to do the normal status quo defense, what they expect. But they got to adjust to respect LeBron's playing off the ball more. And being a finisher, not necessarily initiator. And or a finisher, but he's doing a lot of finishing, and to continue to dominate the paint, continue to dominate the rebounds, do things of that nature. Jarred Vanderbilt, I know your offense is a liability, but you scoring the way that you need to be scoring. Good 8 points. You're scoring the way that you need to be scoring. Keep doing that. You know your role, and you doing that thing real well. Continue to locking him up. Whatever ice baths, whatever hot tub machines, whatever cold tub machine, whatever masseuse, whatever things that you need to do for the preparation in the between time between games. I don't want he don't need to be doing no drills out there. How I'm feeling. let that man rest up. Let him get plenty of rest. While we practicing, let him just get some R and R. Because he need to be sticky lock defense on Stephen Curry the whole game, always, continuously. And like LeBron just sending the message, setting the tone, let it be known. Stephen Curry had to be, LeBron making a joke. He was following him to the bench, letting Stephen Curry know that he guarding you all the way to the bench to make sure it's safe. And it's that psychological thing. It's the I'm waiting for you at the bus, not the fight. I'm waiting for you at the bus to let you know I'm guarding you as soon as you get off the bus. That type of thing. Now, obviously, they was already, Warriors is home, but it's that same thing. And I will not be surprised if LeBron, when we get to LA, because how we do when we get to Hollywood. When we get to LA, LeBron, he the man, so there ain't gonna be no problem. It ain't gonna be no problem for him to get this thing situated. All Warriors buses pulling in. All right, y'all let me know when they pulling in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna come out there and let Steph Curry know we guarding you as soon as you get off the bus. Until you get back on that bus, we guarding you. Set the tone like that. When they home, so it ain't gonna work like this, but. When we get to LA this weekend, LeBron needs to be there at the bus waiting for Steph Curry to get off to let him know we're guarding you as soon as you get off the bus until you get back on the bus. You know what that is. We ain't playing around. We is not playing around. Oh, man. I got to give a shout out to my sponsors. We got some fresh gear, fresh clothing. Go to Cash Baby Cooler Bin. You need any good bakery, go to Diner Delights. Intro music to the Fresh Bar Sports Show. Jody Blow music. Now, there's other games that's going on. That's the main thing. We got all these undercards. 76ers, Joel Embiid wins the 2023 NBA MVP. Congratulations to Joel Embiid, averaged 33.1 points per game, 10.2 rebounds for this season. It was beautiful. He celebrated with his teammates. They was, there all together, and he was talking to the TNT crew, and he wanted his teammates to be a part of that. And he had a press conference yesterday, as well. And he's scheduled to get the MVP award trophy once they get to Philly. Obviously, they're in Boston for the playoff game. They're not going to present it in Boston, but man, they got the news in Boston, and man, that set a tone for Game 2. We're going to talk about Game 2 in a second, but can we just talk about Game 1 real quickly? 76ers. Won Game 1, 119-115 over the Celtics. No Joel Embiid dealing with the knee injury. James Harden went off for 45 points and 6 assists. Maxey chipped in 26 points. It was a good old school sighting of the James Harden. Tied his 45 points on playoff career high. He tied it. Jason Tatum, 39 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. But it's like, man, y'all ain't gave him a couple shots in the second half. Like, what are we doing here? Get Jaylen Brown more involved. Y'all got to get Jaylen Brown more heavily involved. It's a two-man tandem. And Jason Tatum, man, he be having bad games. And he be, putting up plenty of attempts. Get Jaylen Brown his attempts. And if Jaylen Brown's, feeling it, having a hot hand, you ride that out. And till he cool off for a second, and then you can try to get in where you fit in it or take over. Jaylen Brown can get buckets too. He ain't shooting a 3-yard crazy like Jason Tatum do, but Jason Tatum be having his bad games too. I'm just saying, like he's a better overall 3-point shooter than Jaylen Brown. But other than that, I like Jaylen Brown's offensive package better than the offensive package that Jason Tatum got. Jason Tatum can just clearly can shoot that thing for real. But he be having bad shooting nights. A la Game 2 that we're going to get to. But that's just the latest. They lost to the Magic several times throughout the season. They have plenty of bad games. and not even just bad games, bad performances from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as well. But Jason Tatum had a lot of bad performances, so get Jaylen Brown the ball more. And the Nuggets, 97-87 over the Suns. They up 2-0 in that series. That series is over. Chris Paul is going to be out with the groin injury for Game 3 and 4. That's what they're saying. Game 3 and 4. Game 3 for sure. And definitely strong possibility for him to be out for Game 4. Man, this is over. I mean, Chris Paul was not going to be no factor at all like that, but I need to see more from Kevin Durant, and he's not doing that. I mean, I know the defense, they're playing some good defense, and man, KCP, I mean, he been going off from the 3 coming off the bench, and Gordon playing good defense on Kevin Durant and all that stuff, but I need more from Kevin Durant. I'm just saying Kevin Durant needs to do more. That's the only way they're going to have the chance to win. He got to do more, and I don't foresee him doing it. I had, my lazy pick was to put Nuggets in there because y'all know I was harboring some bad ill will against my Lakers team for the trade, trading my man Russell Westbrook off my team. So I still got some little ill will to my team. I want my team to have success, but I was not going to crown them. And until further notice, despite the fact that it was a good piece of night, but I felt like we could have done those things, and I'm just going to stand on it without giving up Russell Westbrook, and we could have kept D'Angelo Russell where he was at. Cause man, I tell you, man, D'Angelo Russell, when he's good, he good. But man, when he bad, he bad. He not doing none of the other stuff to contribute to win as Russell Westbrook will be doing. So, but we don't gotta get. We don't gotta get into all that. I digress. Then that brings up to the Knicks one. Oh, excuse me, I didn't even. Devin Booker, 35 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Kevin Durant, he had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 10 for 27 from the field, 2 from 12 from the 3. Kevin Durant, really? You gonna go 2 from 12 from the 3, and you got people saying you the greatest scorer ever? Get out of here. You 7 foot. You could shoot that thing for real. We know that. You got a good enough handle for the 7 foot tall. Like, you just 7 foot tall and could shoot over anybody, and you still be getting your shot blocked. Cause you bringing the ball up slow. You're not bringing the ball up quick enough for not to block you while you're going up. Even when we do go up, people time your shot up easily, and you 7 foot get that thing blocked so many times. Just throughout the course of the season. The Suns have any chance of doing it, and they're not. They're winning 4 out of the next 5 games. They're winning 4 out of the next 5 games, really. Stop playing. Nuggets up 2-0. They're going to go to Phoenix. They're going to get one of them things. They're going to come back and close it out in Denver. Simple as that. In that game, Chris Paul, he had 8 points and 6 assists, 5 rebounds before he went out with his groin injury. All these groins and hamstring injuries and this, that, and the third. Chris Paul, man, I don't know if you done, but man, you looking done, son. Because it's every year with Chris Paul, man, especially in the playoff time. You might as well just save Chris Paul for the last month of the season. It'd be preseason for him, and then so he don't have that much wear and tear on his body for the playoffs. So maybe he could play the whole playoff series if they will make a run, because he's something else, man. He can't get a break. Now, Knicks 111, 105 over the Heat to tie up 1-1 in that series. No Jimmy Butler with ankle injury. Julius Randle do play this game, 25 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Jalen Brunson, 30 points, 5 rebounds. Bam Adebayo, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And Martin, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Also, for Game 2, since we're bringing this back, Game 2 of the 76ers is Celtics 121 87 over the 76ers. Joel Embiid first game back from injury, first game back from after, from being announced the MVP. Now, like I was saying, they should have waited till he came home. No, excuse me. That was it. But no, I was telling somebody that they should have waited till he came home. But he should have just waited till they came in Philly. Friday night or tomorrow night? Should have waited till they come to Philly. And they got that. Now, extra day ain't gonna make that much of the difference. But just to see if James Harden can do that again. Don't gotta be the 45. Maybe might be 37, 38. To see if James Harden could have carried them to another victory, and then y'all could come pouring on, do the celebration there in Philly, because Boston, they feeling some type of way. Like Joe Mazzulla, the head coach. He said the team was pissed off the last 48 hours. Not just because Joel Embiid got named MVP during on their time frame while they're in Boston. Maybe it was one thing they the day before Philly, or the day of in Philly, or whatever the case may be, and they do it, in Philly, whatever. We just lost to y'all without Joel Embiid. And the fashion that they did at the end of that game. And then Joel Embiid gets named the MVP the next day. They was tight. They was upset. And I liked how Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Celtics, they were just asking him about, how his team, was feeling over the, the last 48 hours and all that type of stuff. Ain't asking him about the adjustments, because he let it be known on the mic drop on the way out when they said that they was done asking questions. Nobody gonna ask me about the adjustments that we made from game 1 to game 2. Oh, okay. And he got out of there. They ain't ask you because they don't want to. They got the agenda that they wanted to push. They ask those questions. They ain't gonna ask the questions they already know. And like it's a miss or make league. Y'all was missing y'all threes in game 1, and y'all was making them at a high clip in game 2 because y'all was trying to take Joel Embiid, try him out to see if he was gonna be injured enough that y'all can attack him off the dribble, and he wasn't going to be moving good. Joel Embiid had 5 blocks first half. Doing that thing. They came back in the second half and said, you know what, we're going to make adjustments. We ain't doing it like that. We just going to keep shooting that thing. Put them threes up. I think they got 50 up. 20 for 50. Did it like that. 20 made threes yesterday. So, Joel Embiid comes back the first game. Celtics amped up. They hype. Taking it to them. Joel Embiid, 27 minutes, 15 points, 3 rebounds? Nah, I know you hurt. Joel Embiid only got 3 rebounds. I ain't tripping off the shot attempts, but I'm like 3 rebounds, he ain't giving that. Now, I'm not gonna eat 0 assists. I'm not, and I'm like, he was, the timing was off. He had a couple of turnovers, trying to make assists, and the timing was off. 5 blocks all in the first half because they stopped trying to drive on him in the second half, and he was 4 from 9 from the field goal. So I wasn't mad about that. It was just James Harden only had 12 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 from 14 from the field goal, 0 from 6, 0 for 6 from the 3. Come on, man. What we going to do with that? So, Jason Tatum, he had 7 points. He went 1 for 7 from the field goal. What I was talking about, he be having bad games himself. But they went off for the 3. Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench. He did his thing, 20-something points off the bench, going off from 3. Jaylen Brown, he had 25 points. So, the series is getting real interesting. Can't wait to see what they do in Philly, and because it's going to be a hype environment at that Wells Fargo Arena. It's definitely going to be a hype environment. They're going to be ready to play the theme music when they win and all that stuff. They might even play the theme, and they save it for when they win. But they're going to be going crazy. They're going to be playing some type of hype up music to get them in their spirits, and they're going to be acknowledging Joel Embiid the MVP, give him an award, all that stuff. So I expect them to come out fired up, ready to go in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're going to be amped up. Lakers versus Warriors game 2 tonight. ESPN, 9 p.m. on ESPN. I'm tuned in. I'm locked in. We gotta get this. We gotta go up 2-0 on them. Don't be playing with our food. Let's just continue to eat it up. We don't play with it. Don't play with it. We're not playing around out here. We playing the game, but we're really not playing around. We're taking care of business. It's all good. It's fun when we're doing it that way. When we're taking care of business, we coming into win this whole game, right? I'm not talking like just tonight's game. I'm talking about the whole game, right? I'm talking about we winning the playoffs each round to win the championship game, right? I'm talking about walking out with that championship rings, right? That's what we on. We're not playing around. My Lakers is winning this thing. My Lakers is winning the thing. I'm feeling real good. Like I said, it's all on AD's shoulders. It's all on Anthony Davis' shoulders. We go as far as Anthony Davis takes us. He playing good game. He talking a good talk. Tonight is the motto: consistency. We go up 2-0 because Anthony Davis is going to be dominating tonight, doing what he did in Game 1. But I need better because they're going to be fired up, so I'm going to need you to match their firepower. This is really how I know we're going to win this whole thing from AD's performance and how he brings it tonight. He says what he said. Let me see it. I'm tired of hearing the words. Let me consistently see it. And that's where we at with it. Also, I wanted to shout out, because we about to get up out of here. Got 5 minutes. It's time to go. Major League Baseball, Bryce Harper for Phillies goes 0 for 4 in his return from Tommy John surgery yesterday in their blowout loss yesterday. Former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder arrest on a felony charge for carrying a concealed weapon. He gonna tweet how he'd rather be safe than sorry out there in California. So best of luck to him with all that. I would like to see him get back in the ring. I thought we was gonna work closer to that, but he made bail and all that stuff. But he's got to deal with that. Hopefully he can just get in the right space to get back in the ring. I would like to see him fight Anthony Joshua. I would actually like to see Anthony Joshua fight both Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Then we get to see all the, the 3 fights that we wanted to see. Also, Major League Baseball told Atlanta Braves to stop celebrating homers with the big hat after complaint from the league's official on-field hat manufacturer, New Era, because they were celebrating with these big hats phase. It's crazy. The NFL draft recap. We could do that some other time. Obviously, we know who went number 1. Bryce Young went number 1 to the Panthers. C.J. Stroud, Ohio quarterback, went to number 2 to the Texans. And my Steelers, we got offensive tackle Broderick Jones. We traded for the number 14 pick from the Patriots. And at pick number 32, we got Joey Porter Jr., senior, played for us and won a Super Bowl. And then we drafted a tight end and defensive tackle, offensive linebacker, and another cornerback. So I want to run through everything because we're about to get up out of here. And Kentucky Derby is this weekend. Churchill down the racetrack to work with investigators after 4 horses died during training leading up to Saturday's Kentucky Derby. Also, ex-Raiders Henry Ruggs to plead guilty in fatal DUI case and will serve 3 to 10 years in prison. UFC John Jones plans to retire after his UFC title fight versus Stripe Mayoka. So NFL under investigation by state general attorneys for allegations female employees have been subjected to gender discrimination and harassment in a hostile work environment. So that's what the NFL is dealing with. That's coming from New York and California Attorney General. They're focused on the league corporate office, not specific teams nor players. Just wanted to throw that out there. Also, before we get out here, Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverly both joked that the Lakers won the championship. They won rings too. Yeah, I know it's a jokey joke. We could pick that up at another date and time. But give my man Russell Westbrook his ring. I don't want to be mad at Pat Beck. They both deserve a ring. Give them boys the ring. That's typically how they're doing it nowadays. And for the past couple of years, they've been doing that for a little while now. So give my Russell Westbrook and Pat Bev the rings when the Lakers won the championship. Hey, we're going to let this cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. We getting up out of here. Make sure y'all go to my social media platforms, Fresh Bar Sports Show _. Go to my YouTube channel, Fresh Bar Sports Show, Apple, Spotify. Check me out, subscribe, tell a friend. Keep supporting, tapping in what we doing out here at the Fresh Bar Sports Show. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're getting up out of here. Let's go Lakers tonight. We got to get this. We ain't playing around. Laker Nation, let's go.